Hello students. Today in our unit number 7, we are going to understand the third property, viscosity. We have completed the two properties, elasticity and pressure, and now we are going to understand third property, viscosity. It is also the property of liquids and gases. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of viscosity? For that, we need to take the example of honey and water. Suppose the two liquids, honey and water, are allowed to flow on some slope. Okay, so now when honey and water are allowed to flow on the slope, then you have to notice that which of the liquid comes faster down. So obviously water will come easily down, but honey will take some time to come down. That means when honey is in motion, then there is something in the honey which is opposing its motion. Okay, so the property of the liquid due to which some internal opposition takes place in its flow, that is called viscosity. Okay, so the property of the liquid due to which an internal resistance or friction appears when the liquid is in motion. Okay, so the property by which if any liquid is in motion and some force is there which is opposing its motion, that opposition property is called the viscosity, and that opposing force is called viscous force. Like we have seen that between the solid surfaces, the force which opposes the motion, that is called friction. In the same manner, when we are talking about the liquids and the liquid molecules are in motion, then also opposition takes place in the motion, that is called viscosity. तो solids में opposition को बोलेंगे friction और liquids में opposition को बोलेंगे viscosity. Okay, so now why does it take place, that we need to understand here. So let us start making one more diagram. So complete this diagram. Let us understand it with the help of a glass tube. Suppose we have a tube made up of glass, and in that some water or in that some liquid is allowed to move. Some liquid is allowed to move. So you can see when the liquid is in motion, then what will happen? Some of the liquid is in direct contact with this tube walls. These are the tube walls. So the liquid which is in direct contact with the tube walls, that will be almost stationary, because the liquid will get attracted with the solid walls. So this liquid layer which is in direct contact with the solid walls, that is almost at rest. So you can see we can divide the liquid into a number of layers. Okay, first of all, that liquid which is in direct contact with the glass wall, this tube wall, that means layer number 1, that layer will almost be stationary. Okay, because this glass is stationary and this glass will try to attract this liquid. So this liquid will be stationary almost. So its velocity is less. Then the middle layer, okay, this is the middle layer of the liquid. This will come fastest down because it is at maximum distance from the glass walls. So this is layer number 3rd. It is of maximum velocity. And in the same manner, this intermediate layer that we can call layer number 2, this will have a velocity intermediate. That means velocity in between slow layer and in between this fastest layer. So the velocity of this liquid is of intermediate value. This way, what we have seen in this diagram, that whenever any liquid is allowed to move through the glass tube, then the middle layer will move fastest and these last layers will move slowest, and this way all the other layers will be in between velocities. So we can see as we go from this layer to this layer, the velocity is decreasing, and when there is the change in velocity between the layers, that means we will say that relative motion is there. If there is difference in the velocity in the liquid layers, that means we will say that layer number 1 and layer number 2, they are in relative motion with respect to each other. Relative यानी एक slow move कर रही है, एक fast move कर रही है, relative motion. Now whenever there is relative motion, okay, that means it is a kind of race between two layers. So what happens, due to this relative motion, always there is opposition to the flow of the liquid. So this opposition is called the viscosity. Okay, so the reason is that because there is difference in the velocities in different layers of the liquids, so relative motion appears, and due to relative motions or less or more velocities, some opposition appears in between the liquids. It's like a competition. So this internal opposition in the liquid, that is called viscosity. So let us write the explanation here. Let us write the cause of viscosity now. When the liquid moves through the tube, the layer of the liquid which is in direct contact with the glass wall, that means layer number 1, this flows slowly. Then the next layer, means number 2, moves faster. Then the middle layer, means number 3, which is away from the glass walls, it moves fastest. Okay, due to the relative motion between different layers of liquid, the opposition takes place to the flow of the liquid. So this way the viscosity arises. Okay, so this is the cause of viscosity. Note down. We are moving to next sheet. Now we have discussed here that viscosity is also opposition offered to the flow of the liquid, and friction is also the opposition offered to the flow of the solids. So that means both are same kinds of forces, viscous force and friction force. So first of all, we can compare the two types of forces. So there can be some points of similarities and some points of dissimilarities, differences. So we need to understand both. So let us write first of all the similarity points, like both oppose the motion, both appear whenever there is relative motion. So these are some points. Let us write. So we have written here all those points which can be similarities. Okay. So whether viscous force, that means in liquids, or friction force, both appear whenever there is relative motion. Okay. So when does they start? So whenever there is relative motion, then only the friction also starts, which we studied in our fourth chapter, that means unit number 3. In the same manner, both don't support the motion, they always oppose the motion. Okay, and both of the forces are due to the molecular attraction. As we have discussed already the cause of friction, and today we have discussed the cause of viscosity also. So because molecular attraction is present, that's why their appearance starts. Okay, so viscosity and friction forces are similar on the basis of these 3 points. Now let us write the points of dissimilarities or differences. Let us understand now the differences. Viscous force and solid friction. So solid friction is the one which we have already discussed in our unit 3. So solid friction, in the laws of friction we have understood that solid friction is independent of the areas of the surfaces in contact. Okay, it is independent. Independent means it does not depend on area. Okay, but here we have seen just now in that example that viscous force is directly proportional to the area of layers in contact. Okay, viscous force depends upon the areas of layers. Okay, suppose a liquid is drawn. So these are the layers of the liquids. So whatever is the area of the layer in contact with the other layer, that only decides the viscosity. So viscosity or viscous force is directly proportional to area of layers in contact, and it is independent of area of surfaces in contact. This is about liquids and this is about solids. Okay. Now again, second point is also independency. In solid friction we have seen that solid friction is independent of relative velocity between two solid surfaces. Okay, like suppose on a surface, on a road we suppose move a table. On a road, rough road, we move a table, then friction appears, but that friction does not depend upon how fast we are moving the table. So practically on this relative velocity, friction force does not depend, but here on relative velocity also the viscous force depends. Okay, so this is second point of dependency. So here depends, here does not depend. Then Third point is about temperature. Friction and temperature has no connection. If we increase or decrease the temperature, will it affect the friction? So no. So here also independent. Friction is practically independent of the temperature. But here viscosity depends on temperature. How we can see this? Like honey. Honey is a viscous liquid. Honey. Okay, we have discussed about honey. अगर हम honey को गर्म करें, okay, if we heat the honey, then you can observe that now the flow of the honey will become easier. Okay, so that flow will become easier. That means viscosity has reduced in that. Okay, so if we heat any liquid, then its viscosity will decrease. So that's why you can write this dependence on temperature. What? Viscosity of liquid is inversely proportional to temperature. As we heat the honey, okay, as we heat honey, then honey becomes easy to flow. Easy to flow means its opposition in the flow has reduced. That means viscosity reduced. So by increasing temperature, viscosity reduces. That's why they are inversely proportional. But you will notice one more thing, that viscosity of the gas depends differently on the temperature. Viscosity of gas का relation याद रखना है proportional to root of T, root of temperature. So यहाँ directly proportional है, means proportional है to the power half, और यहाँ inversely proportional है. तो liquids and gas की viscosity भी अलग form में चलेगी अगर temperature की बात आती है. Okay, so this way we have understood here three differences of viscosity and solid friction. Note down. Okay. Now the measurable property of the viscosity is coefficient of viscosity eta. So any property when we have to measure that it is less or more for a particular liquid, then we need its term. What is that term here? Coefficient of viscosity. Like to measure elasticity, we studied the coefficient of elasticities. Okay, Young's modulus, bulk modulus. In the same manner, to measure viscosity, the term is coefficient of viscosity eta. Now how it will be derived and what is its meaning? Let us understand. We will discuss here about the factors on which this opposing viscous force will depend. Okay, so this is the same example which I have taken here. We have discussed it already, that suppose it is a glass tube and some liquid is moving through it. So the middle layer is the fastest and these side layers are slowest moving. Okay, so you can see if the liquid is moving in this direction, then viscous force will appear in the opposite direction. So on what factors the viscous force will depend? The opposite viscous force will depend on what factors? So as we have discussed that these area of the layers also affects the viscous force. So first thing is area of layers in contact. Second factor on which it can depend, that is change in velocity. You can see if I call it x equal to 0, from here I go. So you can see as I am going in this direction, velocity was slow, then it increased, then it increased. So velocity is changing with respect to displacement. So change in velocity with respect to displacement, dv by dx. This term is called velocity gradient. So the viscous force, this viscous force depends upon the velocity gradient. Velocity gradient means dv by dx. So these are the two factors on which this viscous force is found proportional. Now first and second, two factors are only there. Let us combine them in the single relation. So F is proportional to area also, dv by dx also. Then as we remove the proportional sign, we will put a constant. So this constant is here eta. We read it how? Eta. Okay, and the symbol is this. So proportional हटाया, eta लगाया और बाकी चीजें as it is. A dv by dx. So how to make eta formula? I hope you understood now eta formula. So eta formula means this A dv by dx will come in the denominator. So this way we have prepared our eta formula. Okay. So force, viscous force upon area and dv by dx. Now let us make the unit of this eta. SI unit. Let us make the SI unit. So you can see now, force is in Newton, area is in meter square, and dV by dx. Velocity means meter per second and dx means meter. See again, force Newton, area meter square, velocity meter per second and displacement in meter. So this meter and this meter has got cancelled. So Newton upon मीटर स्क्वायर सेकेंड इनवर्स, ये बचा, सेकेंड इनवर्स को भी ऊपर ले जाते हैं तो न्यूटन सेकेंड अपॉन मीटर स्क्वायर. This is coming the SI unit of eta. Now we can call it by a single name also. Like for pressure we use the unit Pascal. In the same manner for this coefficient of viscosity we use the term Poiseuille. Okay. So 1 Poiseuille means 1 Newton second upon meter square. We talk about the CGS unit. So CGS unit is not Poiseuille, it is Poise. CGS unit is Poise. SI unit is Poiseuille, CGS unit is Poise. So what is the connection between the two? That let us understand. And the different units. Okay, with the help of this table it will be easier for you. As I told you, this SI unit of eta, we can call it the name 1 Poiseuille. So SI unit को हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? Poiseuille also and decapoise also. Decapoise. And CGS unit what we can call? CGS unit को हम बुलाएंगे Poise. Only Poise. So what is the relation in SI and CGS unit of eta? So relation is what? 1 decapoise means SI unit is deca means 10 poise. So the relation is of 10. Like no meter and centimeter. मीटर यहाँ होता है, सेंटीमीटर यहाँ होता है. मीटर सेंटीमीटर में रिलेशन होता है 100 का. ऐसे ही डेकापॉइस यानी SI में और पॉइस यानी CGS में रिलेशन होता है 10 का. ओके और डेकापॉइस को ही हम पॉइजले भी बोल सकते हैं. सो दिस आई हैव रिटन हियर. डेकापॉइस और पॉइजले मीन्स सेम. ओके सो मीनिंग इज सिंपल. SI unit are 2, decapoise also or Poiseuille also, and CGS unit is 1 poise only and relation is of 10. Okay, this all detail about eta. Eta formula is derived here and units. Let us do a question based on the above formula which we have derived. Okay, so formula I am writing viscous force F equal to A dV by dx. This is our formula. Acha, eta also. Eta is also there in the formula. Now let us see what is the question. A square metal plate of side 10 centimeter. Okay, side 10 centimeter is given. Moves parallel to another plate. So that means it is this way. One plate, second plate are parallel with velocity. Velocity is 10 centimeter per second. Here it is written. Both plates are immersed in water. So both plates are immersed in the water. If viscous force is given 200 dyne. Now dyne means also the CGS unit only. Viscosity of water means eta. It is given 0.01 poise. Okay, 0.01 poise. Poise is also CGS unit. So you can note down, you can see that all the units are CGS only. These all units are CGS. So if all the units are in CGS, we should not convert it in SI system. We can directly also solve the question. So question is what is their displacement? Displacement means x or dx. Okay, so this is our velocity dv and this is dx. So only we have to put in this formula and we have to get this dx. So force is 200. Eta is 0.01. Now area is required. So side of the square is given 10. So area will be 10 into 10. Okay. So 100. Area is 100. Okay. dV, velocity is 10 and then dx is not given. So this way we will just solve dx answer. Okay. After solving it will come 0.05 centimeter. So this dx you take here, 200 you take there and cancel the things, you will get this answer. So very easily we can apply this formula of viscous force. Okay. So whatever things are given that you put, and whatever is not given that you have to solve simply. So this will be a very simple question. Formula learn karo everybody. So this is about the initial part of viscosity. Note down all these notes. Okay.